Wowzer.
Wowzers.
Wowzers. I mean, we had a whole different topic today we were supposed to talk about, but I feel like there's something way more pressing than race at the moment.
Let them know, son.
How about y'all stop putting, well, I'm y'all. How about we stop putting our personal information online? Why do you,
I was y'all
do,
decades ago.
you said
anymore.
what?
I was y'all decades ago, but not anymore.
Yeah, it's weird. Like now that I'm kind of don't do it anymore because I know that my life is just people's entertainment and people don't care what you're going through per se, other than it's entertainment, and they're just building some kind of whatever, image of you from what you're posting. And like I went through some stuff a few years ago, and I just felt the need to just, I don't know, put it online and talk about it. Right?
Did you do it for a response or did you do it as an outlet?
No, it was just an outlet, because for me, social media is my coworker. I've been working from home for 18 years now, and I think it's 18 years, since 2004. Yeah, that's 18 years. So it was just kind of like an outlet, just something that I wanted to just put out into the universe, and hopefully maybe, I don't know why I did it. Why did I do that?
You want to unpack that?
I know, right? I was like, I don't know, maybe I didn't want a response, but I did want to vent and put it out there. And in a way, it wasn't a sub. I mean, some of it was subs, but some of it was already things discussed with, certain people or certain situations. So, you just want to vent. You just want to vent.
You kind of do it. You done it with the last situation, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you're still going strong.
Yeah. Well, that situation, it was just that's why I made my page private. And that's why, because I don't want my audience or my followers to have to deal with that, or, have to go through that energy that I'm feeling. Like, I feel like it's too much. Like, people have their own issues to deal with. And why am I going to put my issues online with only a couple people who I don't even know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was, to me, like, it's just a waste of energy for myself and for the people who follow me.
Yeah, I think for me, when I did it, and I did it on Facebook, I changed. My dad actually brought it up to me, and was saying, why you want to put all this negative energy on your page? And I was like, analyzing. I was like, well, maybe it's a cry for help. Maybe I say I want a response, but I want people to know how I'm feeling because I'm really hurting at that time. But me putting it out, it did feel good, because if you're creative, people put their pain in poems, but
right,
put their
in
pain
art.
and music and illustrations and paintings and stuff. I guess that was, social media has become a part of that outlet, or a creative outlet. Now you have TikTok. Everybody's crying on TikTok. Everybody's crying on IG Live and telling their whole business and exposing themselves to strangers to get a reaction. So that's what I wanted. Not now, but I look at it and I'm like, I wanted a reaction, and I did get reactions. But after that part, I think for me, or the part me and my dad telling me about negativity,
it's embarrassing, right? Kind of.
Well, not for me, but I wanted to be more positive. If I'm feeling negative,
that part,
let me hold that and deal with that through therapy. But on social media, let me be more positive. It's not like it's,
but
it's
I
not
agree.
Like a lie, but more like just me. Maybe if I do that, maybe I'll feel better instead of just putting out negative stuff.
Right. No. And I've had that same conversation with myself. And I feel like you touched on it, as a creative, like our expression is like an art to us, or it helps us to process certain emotions and feelings, and like it's just a form of expression. Like I could see that, like being a creator, like you want to just, especially me, I feel like one of my forms of expression is written expression. So I like to write, as you've seen from my my long paragraphs. What did you call it? My dictation. The other day, that was pretty funny.
Your dissertation.
Yeah, dissertation. Yep, exactly. So yeah, but I just think it doesn't really, like, it's necessary to do for us in some points, but we have to learn how to channel it better and be more positive, like you were saying.
Yeah, like everybody, like especially on TikTok, everybody's saying, if you're a single mom, or if guys do this or if girls do this, and crying, like the lady who was crying about being into feminism and now wanting a husband and being jealous of other people getting married and having kids and stuff, and like that's so, I mean, obviously she's hurt and emotional, but then again, like where else is she gonna let that be known though? You know what I mean? Like this is what she wants, she's putting it out there. I don't think like with people who go on OnlyFans and do nasty stuff and show off their bodies on Instagram and all that stuff. I don't think they think about the future. I don't think they think that people are saving these videos, saving these pictures,
Oof,
watching these all the time. You know what I mean? Like if you have kids, or your kids are going to see these one day. Like if you're willing to deal with that, I mean, porn stars are having babies all the time. So it's like, if you're willing to go through that as a normal person and not like a star, then I guess you gotta reap what you sow. You know what I'm saying? Right. But people don't think about
the future.
Like when I see people do reaction videos, like your video on their reaction video is there forever until YouTube says bye or zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, but even if you delete stuff, it still kind of stays.
Yeah, even if you delete it from your page, if your page gets defunct, somebody took your
it's still in the database, or people recorded it of what you did. Like, hello, iPhone makes it so easy with the screen capture, with the video capture. Like, just know anything that you put online or anything that you send to people is being screen captured and video recorded. Absolutely. For documentary purposes, put it like Absolutely. That. So you just never know when that stuff is going to resurface. Yeah, kind of like Joe Rogan, what he's going through right now.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other conversation. But I mean, it's not just him, but a lot of people who are prone to this, or put on the pedestal for the new person to be canceled, the cancel culture. Like, people pull up tweets and your videos from 1991.
Jesus, when you were in high school.
Right.
Tweeting in high school, yeah.
Right, like everybody who's being canceled, it's usually based off of what you did in the past, unless you're like the baby or something and you just constantly are putting out content that could be canceled. Or put you up for cancellation.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And it always hurts. But I do like, I mean, going back to Joe Rogan, I do like his apology. Yes. But we grow older, and hopefully we learn from that. Kevin Hart did an apology when he didn't have to do an apology, because he already did an apology. He apologized for what he did, talking about his son, and he had apologized again for the Grammys, I think, and he shouldn't have had to do that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We should cancel culture.
Yeah, and yeah, like, and everybody is like, determining the level of authenticity or sincerity in people's apologies. You know what I mean? And it's like, how do you really know how a person feels? Maybe they don't express themselves as, with that kind of emotion to a degree where you feel it's sincere. You know, like I also find that kind of hard or kind of jacked up. Like when people apologize and you're gonna say they're not sincere or their publicist wrote it or, you know, whatever. But
The
like with,
problem,
oh, go ahead.
the problem with Twitter and Instagram and comments and YouTube comments is that everybody has an opinion now, right? Everybody's is a commentary on a news
The
show.
critic is a lawyer, is a
Yeah, exactly. But the other problem with that is companies listen. Companies are you know what I mean, are listening. So that might affect
professionalism. Yes, your
that might
reputation.
affect their, not only that, but like, oh, now sponsors don't want to work with you anymore. You know what I mean? Because you said this about trans people, so now you know you lose the Maybelline campaign, or you know Disney don't want to fuck with you anymore because you put something on your Twitter page, Gina Carano, and now we don't want to work with her. You know what I mean? Like stupid shit like that. Now actors and can't be have free speech because they're afraid of losing their jobs.
Right. I
Kevin
mean,
Hart was going to do the thing that he wanted to do. That was one of his goals, to host. And now because of an old tweet and because people were talking about it on social media, and somebody was probably butthurt on the campaign or whatever, or on the Grammy panel or whatever, like one person or whatever, I don't know.
well, so
now he can't host.
Yeah. Well, social media sparks headlines in the mainstream news nowadays. Like a lot
Because
of
they
the
have nothing to grab now. They have nothing to go. I mean,
yeah, people are taking all like the mainstream news media that we used to look at for as our source of information is now getting topics from social media.
Yeah, because they're losing, because now we have social media outlets for our news. Like I listen to James Franco every day, you know, whenever he's on, you know, so that's like my form news. Joe Rogan, Breaking Point, those are my news. That's my news now. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch CNN or Fox or whatever.
Yeah.
You know
But see, that's the problem though, because a lot of people aren't vetted and a lot of people are just coming off the top of their heads and not informed on certain topics. And that's why I think freedom of speech, I mean, we need freedom of speech. I think it's great that people can say whatever they want, but when you're at higher levels, there has to be some sort of filter, some sort of checks and balances on the information you're spreading. Because if it's not true, or what if somebody like Trump, you know, he and all his cronies, they incite violence with their freedom of speech. Or, you know, I just feel like there should be limits on freedom of speech. If it has to be, it has to be.
Yeah,
you know,
I hear what you're saying, and it is dangerous because
like a balance, some kind of balance. Like, yes, say whatever you want, but there has to be some kind of regulation or control in some sense, especially if you're not even speaking facts.
But my thing is that's what the people, though, because the people are the ones who are absorbing the information and then running with it. That doesn't show. That's not the outlet's issue. That's that problem. That individual's issue. That's that idiot's issue. If Trump says, "Oh, bleach and chlorine, dissipates COVID,"
yeah, but people are going to believe him. Yeah, but
that's
people
not
believe him.
Right. But that's on them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, okay. Are we talking about the Joe Rogan Spotify issue?
No, I was talking about the Trump. I was talking about Trump doing.
Oh, and Twitter. Well, I mean, it's the same situation. I mean, Twitter, they didn't want him because he did incite a riot through Twitter. So they kicked him off Twitter, and so now he can only make his statements, Donald Trump statements, from his website.
But it's like, when do we take individuals accountable for their idiotic actions? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people watched movies or listened to music and then reacted off of that? Are we going to stop playing music that says certain things? You know what I'm saying? Are we going to regulate that? You know what I mean? Like, these idiots are going to listen and drink bleach or chlorine. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's y'all. That's on y'all, stupid.
I know, but that just shows like where we are in the world. Like, people's brains are just, I mean, people are followers. I mean, I kind of feel like humans were made to follow. Think about it. Like we
Yes.
weren't like people, we're always following something. We're always looking for a leader.
Yes.
And people align themselves with others who are like-minded, or, and then they stay in that little bubble of information. But that doesn't necessarily mean like everything that's coming out of that bubble of information is good for you or is correct.
Yeah. And my thing about Joe Rogan, and what I like about Joe Rogan, is even if he's wrong, he'll find the right thing, the right information. You know what I'm saying? Like there'll be times where he was like talking stuff about COVID or certain people. Then he'll be like, Jamie, find that. Am I wrong or am I right? And then, but he's getting his information at the time from reputable sources. It's not like he's pulling shit out of his butt. He's had doctors on there and people talking, telling him
So
stuff.
he has experts, yeah.
And then information changes. And now it's not truth anymore, but he'll acknowledge that. He's not hard-headed. He's not
Okay.
like, well,
that's good.
I'm going to stay in my, no, he wants the information to be correct because he wants to be correct. That's one thing that people don't care.
Right. But that's great though, because as long as he takes that position, because we evolve, because we're not perfect. We're all journeying.
Because I actually watch the show.
Right.
Exactly. Some people don't watch the show and they're like going off of what, some people, going off of what CNN saying and whatever, propaganda, other places who just don't like Joe Rogan.
But the CNN thing, that for me, my cousin sent me an article about that today, and a lot of that is talking points, is Trump right-wing talking points.
That's what I say
about the freedom of speech thing.
Stacy's cousin is a smart guy. Keep going.
Yeah, he is. No, he is.
He's a smart brother. Keep going.
Yeah, no, you guys very much so remind me of each other, and that's why. And you guys are both like Joe Rogan faithfuls, so it gave me a good perspective on what's happening with this Joe Rogan situation and like what kind of man he is. Because I definitely thought he was just some kind of macho man, MMA fighter.
He is.
Guy who just who's not very informed.
Oh, no.
And maybe just like, talking mess.
Yeah.
White boy.
That's one thing. That's what we love about the Rogan podcast is he has everybody on there, from MMA, comedians to scientists to astrologers to hunters.
And that's what my cousin
doctors,
said. He said he doesn't really just watch Joe Rogan for Joe Rogan, but he watches because he likes the experts that he brings on the show.
Me too. And the science and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
he has Degrassi's on there. Chappelle's his friend. Rawlings. He had the RZA on there. I hope he has him again without Donnell Rawlings. Then he'll have Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro. And then like some MMA fighters who I don't really know because I don't watch MMA. But it's like he just has a gamut of people.
Yeah, I watched Ben real quick. I watched an interview with Ben Shapiro the other day. Does he always talk like that?
With the Rogan, and I don't agree with that.
Yeah, like the way he talks. No, it was Andrew. It was him and Andrew Yang, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this guy talks so crazy. Yeah. But no, I guess he's a big voice on the the right side as well. But anyways, so yeah, no, I hear you, and like people are always, as long as they're evolving and not coming from a place of being an expert or not being open-minded to change and, evolving with the information. Because like you said, with the pandemic and COVID, it's constantly changing. So we have to constantly learn about it and get the right information.
And Rogan will always say that. He'll always tell you that he's just a dumb comedian.
Yeah. And I didn't know he was a comedian.
He'll say that.
Yeah. I didn't know he was a comedian. So
and then dumb guy with a podcast.
And then so that also adds in another layer of him being a comedian. And like you can't really, have we ever censored comedians? Like Paul Mooney, amazing. Richard Pryor, amazing. Like
Lenny Bruce. I think people should listen to Lenny Bruce. That's an old school. Richard Pryor,
Chris
George
Rock,
Carlin,
Eddie
Chris
Murphy,
Rock.
right? George, all of them. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of hard to censor a comedian.
Right.
because it's all jokes. So it's almost like, hey, I'm a comedian, you guys.
Yeah.
Don't like I should get a little bit more of a pass, a little bit more
Yeah.
flexibility.
But even with Joe Rogan,
But
like it's not really like a comedy podcast. Like he'll
yeah,
sometimes,
that's why I didn't think it was like.
yeah, sometimes he was throwing some shots when he's talking to like his friends, like with Ari Shafir or with Tom Segura or whatever, or in Chappelle. But when he's talking to like scientists and politicians and Jordan Peterson and stuff like that and hunters and stuff, like he might throw in some shots, but it's not all comedy. It's just he's trying to get their stories in, their commentary, their rhetoric, their opinions on stuff to get the conversation going and to get their insight on certain topics and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's when it's like serious. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to squeeze in some comedy in there.
Right. No, and I saw his apology and I feel like he was very authentic. Like,
Very sincere. Like
it was very sincere.
That's what kind of a guy he is. Like that's what he
like
does.
like I don't think I'll start watching his podcast or anything like that. Just because I don't know.
You weren't there anyway though. You weren't.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
No,
so I'm not canceling him or anything. I was just never there.
Yeah, but you as a Black person in the N-word situation, that's the part that we're all concerned with. Like even as like Black people, like every Black person who stuck with him or who stuck with him before this has stuck by him. I think almost I haven't seen every one, but even like the comments that I've seen who I don't know, the Black people, like they said how much it hurt them, but they love they accept the apology. Yeah,
because I think like with cancel culture is very anti, like as far as my faith goes, like my faith is all about forgiveness, and cancel culture is like a worldview, a new age concept. And we should really forgive people, especially if they take the time. Like we can't judge the degree of sincerity. We shouldn't. But if somebody apologizes, takes the time to apologize and changes their behavior, because I guess when he was saying the N-word was from years ago, hella long ago. He said 10 years maybe or whatever. So, I'm sure he's changed. He's not like all like frat boy,
I mean, he never
jokes.
was like that. He was like you said when we had the discussion privately earlier. He was using it descriptively. He was using it in a different connotation. He wasn't saying it like, oh, he's this, he's an N-word. No, he's saying it.
Right.
He said this, and he was using like he used the N-word or they used the N-word.
Yeah, but even that, like him doing like, I mean, going to an all Black neighborhood and then seeing all Black people and they had like the jokes about the apes. And there's a lot of white men that are in college or that are younger who make jokes, like every race makes jokes or have little prejudices or make jokes about other races. So, it's
but
just.
Even with that wasn't the joke.
Right. But I mean, it's still like he shouldn't have said the N-word. Like, even if it was a descriptive, like he just shouldn't have, like, period. Like, you shouldn't say the N-word. Like, I feel like, because I come from a place where I don't think anybody should say the N-word because it's not a good word for Black people to say or anybody, and I thought it was very interesting in his apology where he was like, the N-word is such an interesting word because it's a word that only Black people have the right to say, but other people can't say. Like that whole little part, I was kind of like cringing, like, oh, just stop now before this goes too far left. But he, I don't know, it's true. It's, and white people see this too. Like, you guys, they see that we use it as a term of endearment. Yeah. They get it, they see it, but they don't understand why they shouldn't say it still.
And it's also hard to understand when you're a Black person and you let them say it, when you let them recite lyrics, when you let them call you, oh, that's my N-word. I don't care if they were from your hood or not. It's confusing when you let them do that because they're down with you or that's your friend. Like I've never had a friend who was non-Black. I've never let them get away with that.
Yeah, I have a lot of non-black friends that won't even say that around me because they know like you just don't do that. So it depends on the person. Like some people allow it, some people don't. So I just say abolish the word. Nobody use it. But
But
back
I
to
don't
my
think. But real quick though, we're so interested in canceling people. We need to be counseling people and letting them know, you know, how we feel and how this is wrong, and if they and then it's on them to change or not.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like if somebody apologizes, they change behavior, then forgive them.
Yeah, and
You
these
know
were
what I'm
like
saying?
decades ago for Rogan, and he's never done that ever since. But I I agree with not saying the N word, but in context, like if somebody's reading something or it's part of the dialogue or part of the poem or whatever, and if you I don't know, I'm kind of mixed with that, but I guess that's we're going back to the N word.
Right. We had this conversation. But I mean, I feel you like,
Like I don't
okay,
think if you're white, just because you're white, Indian or whatever, and you're reading something and it says nigger in there, just read it. Don't say N word. It sounds weird. I mean, that part to me is okay. But if you're saying it, I know it hurts. Black people were very sensitive. Come on, man, get over it. Again, we're letting each other say it, and you say it. What? So what?
right.
Now it's in
I know.
context. What if they're reading something from a black man? And they
Right.
obviously I'm not obviously, but we use the word all the time. We put it in there. Are you not going to say? What if you use rereading a story,
Right.
and it's like a racist story, and it's part of the dialogue? He or she's gonna say it. Stop it.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that, and like for the sake of art, I know maybe saying nigga or nigger in the actual context of like a movie or a Broadway play or a poem, like you might need that the artist wanted that emphasis in there,
Yeah.
So then I hear you.
Yeah.
But
and black people, A and ER is the same thing. Stop it. Keep going.
right. But I don't know. It's just it is a hurtful word.
It is.
And I think that's why I think we should just get rid of it. But anyways, let's not dwell on this. We still have a lot to get to here. Go listen to our looking inward. I know, look at our looking inward thing. But yeah, so at this point, forgive Rogan. But until some more videos come up that are
no.
he in blackface or something, because my cousin said that one of his good friends did have a video of
he did. Ari Shafir.
Yeah, in blackface. So I'm just like white folks think it's a joke. They think it's it's just funny and just something to do with the boys, the bros, but it's hurtful, you guys.
And even on a personal level, not only I don't support Ari Shafir, and he said some shit about Kobe, and I'm like, you're done in my book. That's because I like.
Who is he? Who's Ari Shafir?
He's a comedian.
White comedian, black comedian.
I think he's Jewish. I think so, but he's a white comedian, and I never found him funny personally, but him talking shit, talking about Kobe and then the blackface stuff, and I think he did that. I'm not sure. You have to Google that. Don't.
No, I think that sounds like his name. My cousin.
And then but he did a lot of like really raunchy, racist comedy skits and stuff.
Yeah.
But some of them were funny. I'm not gonna lie. I will say that he had a show or something that kind of was like a he do stuff in real life. You know what I mean? He would pick up. He had a show. He would pick up. Mexicans are like at Home Depot and stuff or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
he would pick them up to act like they're going to get work at a job, right?
Right. Yeah, for the day.
But then he put them in a pickup truck. So he has like 20 of them in the pickup truck, but he would drive them to the INS.
That's jacked up.
So they would all like jump out, and there was one where one of them was trying to punch him in the face. Yeah, and there was one where he dressed up as the devil, and he was like doing devil stuff, and some black girls came. I think that was the show. And they tried to like beat him up or something.
Wait, so what is this show on? Like YouTube or something?
Oh yeah, I think all that's on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's just like a guy, freedom of speech dude.
He's
out here
he's triggering. He wants
making jokes.
shock comment.
Yeah. But see, people got to stop joking about race so much in like religion. Like there's certain things that just aren't that funny unless you're racist. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
period.
then that's taken away from the comedians, then, right? I mean, I mean, Paul Mooney talk about white people all the time. Should we tell Paul Mooney not to talk about white people?
Yeah, I mean,
I think
like
if
as
it's
long
done,
as long as it
Go ahead.
comes from a place of like real, like, I mean, real reality. Like a lot of Paul Mooney stuff was just reality of how white women are and treated,
Yeah,
you know.
but he generalized though, and that's the same thing we
Of
do.
course, of
We
course.
generalize ourselves. Every other race is going to generalize ourselves. I mean, I hate when white comedians do, talk urban. It sounds stupid, but they're making fun of us, and they have the right to make fun of us because that's how we talk. Some of us talk like that.
Right.
There's truth in comedy. There's truth in lies all the time.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of those like white comics, they come from a place of racism though and hate.
There's a
You know what
little
I'm saying?
bit, sure. There might be a little bit, but there's
But
also
like, what?
misunderstanding, and that's what they've been shown.
Yeah,
If we
because
keep showing them that, they're going to react to that.
yeah, but it's still not. I don't know. I'm. It might not be any different, and but I do remember maybe in the back in the day when, I would see black comedians maybe talking about with an Asian accent,
Mhm.
talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's kind of the same thing.
and that never hurt me. And
And
my mom will laugh. Like it's funny
yeah,
because
because
some of
it
it's
comes from
true.
a place of reality, but of truth, of realism. It's not coming from a place of like putting you down or degrading you. I think that's the difference. Like I think with a lot of white comics, like this guy you're talking about, might be coming from like, what was his point? I mean, he
It'd be
sounds like he
funny.
does. He seems like he's doing pranks, like, and I
Yeah,
don't think pranks are very funny though.
see, that's
Like from
personal.
anybody,
Yeah,
from anybody. You know what
right.
I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it's just they're dangerous. They're insensitive, and it just shows that you don't care or have compassion. But anyways, I think we probably talked this part out to death. But the point is, do not put just anything online. Which brings
okay.
us to today's topic of, don't just put anything online
Okay.
because it really doesn't paint a good picture of you. And
And
what caused this conversation
uh-huh.
today is our dear problematic, toxic, but
Genius,
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 creative, holy man, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, the
lover of God, Jesus.
and Kim Kardashian, probably the number one influencer, and Kanye. Keep in mind, Kanye is also one of the number one
Yeah,
influencers.
we're dealing with two powerhouses right now.
Exactly, and they're just blowing up. Well, actually, he's blowing up online.
Yeah.
He's putting all his junk online. And I mean, she is too, though. I mean, but okay, with the whole, what's the guy's name that she's dating or was dating? What's that
Pete.
guy's name? Pete Davidson.
Uh-huh.
I mean, maybe, I don't know who started it. I don't even know. Like, all this is all speculation. Like, I don't even know why they divorced.
I mean,
To be
he put his
honest.
name in the song, so
Yeah.
he's hot about it.
Right. But why? Like, I need to know, like, to understand this whole thing a little bit better, other than the little bits that we're getting, because it's really immature, like what's happening right now online. It's very immature, but now it's gone too far. Like, Kanye is just doing way too much right now. But, like, what caused their divorce? Do you know? I'm not that hip on pop culture.
I think Kim. I call her KK, because we cool like that.
Okay.
I think KK was just tired of, Kanye's bipolar
Antics.
antics. You know what I mean? Like the peeing on the wards, the moving out to Wisconsin, the
Wyoming.
I'm sorry, Wyoming. Love you, Wisconsin.
Right.
All the antics he's done on social media, the talking crazy, the talking about her family,
The Trump stuff. Yeah,
the
maybe.
Trump stuff. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Kim was there too, talking to Trump about releasing people, but on that level. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I mean, she would have done it to any president at the time because she's doing her lawyer thing. So it
Exactly.
didn't matter who was the president. So I think she was just tired. And then here's the thing: she's on SNL. Pete's there. Pete's tall, goofy, funny, making her laugh. That always breaks the ice, man. That works.
Yeah.
Guys, be funny.
Yeah. No, it is. Women love guys with sense of humor.
It works. It doesn't matter what you look like. You can look like Uncle Fester.
Okay, because he looks like he needs some sun.
It's not. It's like,
he
as long
does.
as you're funny, I swear it works. Listen, I am a short dude. I probably got over on that part of it alone. So.
Yeah, like women love like that could really, yeah. A woman really could fall in love with a man who's funny and makes her laugh and makes you feel good. Period. So clearly that's how Pete Davidson got in, and
the height.
And then yeah. Yeah.
That's not fun on that, ladies. I know you guys like height.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah.
But you know what I mean? And then so they were being real childish and she was moving on with her life, I guess. And so she started, but she wasn't posting him online. They were being caught by paparazzi, which is also could be kind of on purpose. She knows how it is.
People always say that, but I wouldn't put it against them, but I wouldn't say it's concrete
was purposeful.
I think a lot of people do that too. Like they say, oh no, she did that on purpose. Like you don't know that, bro, or bro.
Yeah.
Like you don't know that,
Yeah.
You can say all you want, but don't say like, oh, I know because the photographer who took the picture, I know him.
Yeah. Or they say like some people, but I'm sure this isn't her case or his case. They don't call the paparazzi and say, hey, we're gonna be at the ice cream shop, come see us, like they know, they keep tabs on Kim Kardashian and her whole family, so
sometimes celebrities do that. I wouldn't put it above them to like if they have a dry spell and they haven't done any work or whatever, and they'll call up, they probably know TMZ or all the paps, and they'll be like, yo, we might be at the Grove.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So they might have, hey, these people are A-list. These are people are A+ list celebrities in America. So, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes and we don't know everything. Like I said, all this is speculation, but from what we see of them posting online or what we're seeing pop up in TMZ and the media, her and, Pete are out here kicking it. Then we see Kanye at the was it the Free Hoover concert that he had, and he's over here singing to Kim and come back to me, Kim.
Oh, the Free Hoover thing, which was really a Kanye versus Drake.
Right. But then if you went back to watch it on Hulu where they were showing the replay, they took pretty much all of Drake's parts out. It was only so that was like controversial. So Kanye is just always doing something wild, or who even knows if that was up to Kanye or Drake. We will
real quick,
know.
maybe they did it because it was just a weak show by Drake. Keep going.
Yeah, but I mean, people were complaining that his songs weren't that good, and that Drake or Kanye caught Drake off guard and didn't tell him, what was going on, because Drake did all his new songs. Drake didn't do any past songs, and so
you could have changed it.
Yeah, he could have. So anyway, there was some shenanigans around that, but he was calling Kim's name, how he wants her back, and but still, he was on her at that point. He's still trying.
He's a hurt man.
Exactly.
He wants his family back.
Exactly.
And I think he's doing all this to save face and be on the offensive because he can't. He's just defending himself. Because how else is he going to do that? Because all of us are having our speculations, and we only can go by what we see and what we hear from from gossip.
What he's posting online.
He's defending himself.
How is defending himself bringing up these issues like about North being on TikTok?
That's an issue. Because
Okay, so call her. Why is he
maybe
putting it online?
he can't get to her.
Okay, but still, why are you putting it online?
How is it? Because he needs it to get to her. She's not picking up the phone. The family's not picking up the phone. Nobody's picking up the phone. So how else can you hear it? Through social media.
Because that's where it's going to go on Shade Room. That's where, I mean, honestly, the Kardashians, I think a lot of people don't like them is because they are influencers and they live in the spotlight. Like they had the Kardashian show, on
Yeah.
TV.
So how else do you get to the
No,
social
I
media?
hear you. I get you.
You're not gonna pick up the phone? I'm gonna put it on the IG because I know you're gonna hear it from them. Because if I don't get from me, somebody else is gonna say it. Hey, one of your handlers is gonna be like, "Hey, Kanye just posted you again." Yeah, because you won't pick up the phone.
Man, he could call Lala. He could call all other Kim's other friends that.
Yeah, who's gonna pick up a phone from Kanye if you're Kim's friend? They probably all hate Ye now. You know what I'm saying? Social media.
Well, they probably hate him because he's crazy. Like
Instagram.
why he's immature. He's like such an immature adult. Like I don't care why. Like all we're doing right now is looking like actually every time I open up my app, there's like a post from him now. And it's like, what is this? What is he talking about? And it just keeps like, I don't know. And then they posted on the Shade Room but he has to stop posting this stuff. He has to stop putting your life online because it's entertainment. And he's just allowing Kim to build a case to where he won't have any custody of his kids. Like he's looking real crazy. And she's not making him look crazy. He's making himself look crazy. And that's what people need to understand.
You think he looks more crazy than concerned?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't see, because, okay.
I think he looks concerned.
No, he wasn't even worried about his kids. Okay, when he moved to Wyoming, his kids weren't there. They were in Calabasas. He went to Wyoming to go on a retreat and be out of the way and, whatever else. It sounds like they were having marital issues then. This was like a year or two ago, So he wasn't that worried about being all up in his kid's face. But as soon as Kim, like normal men, when the woman moves on, that's when the man starts acting out.
That's true.
And you know what I'm saying?
It's true.
It's true. Like
he brought it up on Drink Champs where he's like, you're kissing because they had a scene together on SNL. I guess they kissed or something.
Oh, I know. Yeah. And Pete, her and Pete. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is
so that's a lot. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, okay, she's moved on. And then now,
he's moved on too. He had two potentials.
Right. This Kim with the Fox girl or whatever, and he posts a picture on her birthday and he's with his girl and he bought all her and her friends Birkin bags, like, and having photo ops of that. Like at this point, they were being real petty and they were having fun being petty to one another. But now I feel like Kanye is taking it to another level of crazy.
What's now?
Now it's like all about who, first it was the TikTok thing with his daughter. He's has the rights of the parent to, not have his daughter online. Where is his rights? And he doesn't want his daughter online. And I mean, mind you, they are famous. So I understand why he may not want that,
I mean, he's a concerned father. But you said you've been on the TikTok. You nothing.
Yeah, they don't say where they're at. I mean, of course, clearly they're probably at that Calabasas house because it was like all white.
No, I mean, but she's not twerking on there. She's not.
No, Kim is right there with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, North is being a little girl, and there's nothing wrong with it at all. Like, I just thought it was so cute because I love North. I think North is going to be an amazing child. It'll be interesting to see how she turns out. She might go Michael Jackson kids, or she might turn out to be like
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, I don't know. Brittany. Like who knows, But she has two very successful, influential parents, and I find her cute and interesting. But She's supervised. Like, come on, Kanye. Like, really? Like, what he's doing is he's attacking Kim. He's trying to get to Kim and just to be a part of their life. Like, did he really move across the street? Was that real?
Yeah, he said that. I think it was next door. He said next door.
Okay, then relax, bro. Like, you live across the street. You're right there to be the father or whatever. Like, you moved back from Wyoming. You're here now.
Yeah.
Like, just relax. Like, breathe. Like, but he's a control. It sounds like he's a control freak to me.
He's like a micromanager.
Yeah, like he wants everything now, right now, right. Give me, I want it. It's ego stuff.
And now that I'm thinking, now that you're hearing you talk, I do think he's also trying to control the narrative because he doesn't want people to think another way. And then Kim's making it real easy, not saying anything. But you said she did post something the other day, but it's like he's just trying to control the perspective of what everybody might think about what's going on in the situation. Yeah, and now we only have one perspective because Kim's
not saying anything.
Is not saying anything.
Yeah, KK is not saying anything. The only thing she responded to as of late was when Kanye posted up the guidelines to 13-year-olds and under on TikTok, and she responded to that very, very clapbackish respectfully. And, basically told him she's okay. She's a little girl. I'm supervising the whole situation and, whatever. Like, she's just keeping things classy. And she's also under great management of her mother. And who knows how this is going to all play out. Everybody who goes through these co-parenting situations and trying, custody battles, he's making himself look real, 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 real bad. Like, there's evidence. Like, this is like no judge feels this is rational behavior. Maybe we're in the new age now, and this is how people express themselves on social media, to vent or to just, take control of a narrative, whatever. But he is looking crazy. He's looking crazy in the court of law.
And look, this Pete thing is temporary, and I'm gonna tell you why. Pete just got he's dating Kate Beckinsale. He's dating all these older women. Pete's like in his late 20s. You know what I'm saying? He's a young guy. He's probably still trying to get over Ariana Grande because she just got married. So it's like he's out here playing the field. Don't tell me like
he's like, I'm with Kim now.
Yeah,
he could be trying to make Ariana crazy or mad. People are petty.
He's just experiencing all these women. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because trust me, Pete don't want to deal with her, all them kids, and Kanye. Come on now. This is a temporary thing. In the next few months, he's going to be dating Julia Roberts or something. You know, I
think they're probably just both having fun.
They're just having fun. They're just hitting it, eating, living in life. They're all millionaires. You know what I'm saying?
Kim could probably be herself. She doesn't have to worry about what she's wearing, like Kanye. Like, I guess that was one of the narratives coming out too recently, that Kanye dresses Kim and dresses his new girl. And I mean, if Kanye was my man,
that though.
Yeah, like I was like, if Kanye was my man, shoot, let me get some fits or some.
I mean, they're not going to the thrift shop. You know what I'm saying? They're going to the shop. They're going to Paris. You know what I mean? They're doing that. They're wearing $5,000 shirts and shit.
Yeah, so, but we'll see how this all plays out. But I just really think that in this new era, I mean, change, evolution, and all that stuff we're expressing ourselves differently in this day and time with social media. It's a new tool of expression and some might say, oh, social media isn't the real world. It's not reality. Like, that's what people would say as it was starting out. But I almost feel like social media might be the real world at this point. I mean, things on it are very narrated, controlled. You only get to see certain pieces and parts, and you can
make up, you can censor, you can
put out but these kids looks better. But maybe not our generation, but these kids, I feel like it's real life to them. And that's why they're like committing suicide at high rates because they feel like it's real life to them. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they're talking into the camera about what's really going on with themselves instead of going to talk to the parent or the person they really need to talk to or therapy. They're talking to anonymous people.
Yeah, yeah. So like we have to kind of switch our brains into that direction.
Well, we have to start parenting our kids and, you know, letting them know that it's okay to talk to the parent and or get help.
Yeah. But all your friends are right here. You could talk to all your friends with one post. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like it's reality to kids. And we have to evolve with it.
But they don't, but they just see that and don't see that everybody else is seeing it too. Not just your group of friends, but you're putting it out for everybody to watch.
Your employer, like everybody, when you fill out applications or anything nowadays, they ask you what's your Instagram or what's your Facebook. Because they're, you know what, you guys, and the FBI, like everybody uses social media to like check you out. So
people who are criminals are getting found on Facebook.
Yeah, because they're posting guns or posting their whereabouts. They're checking in where they shot the person or whatever.
IG Live, yeah, we out here in Chicago.
You know, exactly.
Thanks for telling us.
Exactly. Like if you go to a very like, there's places in LA where people will be at. And I'm like, they'll show one building, and I'm like, oh, they're over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, I don't know. It's just we have to be very aware of what we're putting online because people are building an image about you, building a perspective, building, you know, they're putting a picture, they're using your pictures to figure out who you are. Again, or what you say.
There's a separation. I don't think the kids get that. I don't think they understand that, you know, people are taking their stuff, downloading their stuff, right-clicking their stuff, whatever. There's all these apps that can record it from anywhere on these apps. Like your stuff,
everything's being recorded.
Everything's being recorded.
Everything. Just know that, and you don't know what people are gonna do with what you post online.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like I just saw this one girl. She posted like a whole story about some stalker dude, and it's just like, wow. Like it's so sad, and I could feel her pain through it. And I know she has a support system, so she'll be okay. But it was just a lot of energy to take on, like at least for our generation. Like, and I think every generation, like we do have to be more aware of what we're posting online.
I will say this though, like, oh, because what?
No.
I will say this though, like some people aren't creative, so this is their outlet. They use words, right?
They're like, I'm a content creator.
Yeah, they use dialogue to get whatever they're feeling inside out. So I mean, in the positive way, instead of holding it in, they are letting it out. It's just they're letting it out for the world to see.
Yeah.
Whereas for an artist, they're saying it's the same point, right? An artist will do a painting and then put it out for the world to see, and then you say, what's up with this painting? It's really morbid, and then the painter will be like, well, that's what I was feeling at the time. I just lost my parents and car accident, and this is what provoked it. As opposed to somebody who's not creative, they're going to go on TikTok and say, I just lost my parents from a car crash and I feel this way. I feel like this. But it just so happens that they have the world who's listening to them. And you know, it's the same thing.
Yeah. It is. But people just need to keep in mind that people are judging you. people are screenshotting you and sending that to their friends, and they're laughing about
people are making react videos to
like
your sorrow, your pain,
exactly,
your
like
stories.
People don't care as much as you guys think, and I know that, like, even for myself, when I would do it, you know, you want to do it because you want a reaction, or you're just trying to heal or whatever, but just know people don't care. Like, you're gonna just look stupid.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I would say some people here, because I would say this, like there's a video of this Black woman who's confessing that she gave into feminism and she made a mistake, and she wants a husband, and she's crying, and she say it doesn't matter, like as long as you're breathing in a man. I'll be your wife. I'll be your children. I'll cook. I'll clean the house, whatever. And she's really hurting, and it's really sad. And I care. Nothing I can do about it. But
exactly. Did you comment? Did you comment? Did you like it? Did you say anything? No.
But here's the thing: I would always watch it on a react video, so I never saw the original video. But it's sad.
Gotcha.
I would react on their videos, but it's sad.
But most of the time when people see stuff like that, like when I saw this girl's thing about this dude and how he's being crazy, like I didn't like it. I didn't say anything because I feel for her, but what am I supposed to say in that situation? You know what I mean?
Nothing, but if you have an opinion.
Or then you might say the wrong thing, or it might be insincere. Like it's just too much. Like I don't know.
There was a lot on her video that a lot of people didn't get. This is what happens when you get into feminism, and it's too late. You're in your 30s and blah blah blah. So people will always have an opinion about anything.
Exactly. Or people won't say anything on your thing, and you're over here just gave your whole life and your whole story, and then nobody says anything. So
I will say like a situation where a friend of mine was talking about how sad he was on Facebook, and then somebody else who I think he did know was like, man, why are you putting your business out on the Facebook? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep that inside, bro. And then I think I said, this is a place for an outlet for us to talk about what's on our minds. If you don't like it, don't follow him anymore. You know what I mean? Like this is people, we're all not creative, or we don't have those outlets. Like maybe you do want to play guitar, but it's going to take time, to write a song. We have to like right now, what's available is IG, TikTok, and Facebook, and whatever else is coming. You know what I'm saying? So let them do what they want to do. If in the repercussions, they're just gonna have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Your response is being recorded, being chastised, being commented on, other people, downgrading you or uplifting you. I mean, everybody wants positivity. Nobody wants no negatives. You know what I'm saying? That'll make you probably go feel more worse. But this is the chance you take. We're taking a chance on doing this podcast. Somebody could write in the comments, Bishop don't know what he's talking about, or Stacy got them keys, I need a car. You know what I mean? I need to use those keys to open the door. Like, they're going to talk, they might say all kinds of crazy shit. This is the chance we take. We can turn off the comments, but no,
no, I want to hear. I want to know. I mean, I want it to be an open forum, and I have thick skin, I guess, to a certain extent, but I don't know. It's
we all take a chance when we hit social media. We're taking a chance.
Yeah, we're vulnerable. Like you're very, very vulnerable. That's good.
Yes.
And
not everybody's gonna agree with you.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem being vulnerable, because I think that, and I think a lot of people, when they share, they feel like, oh, well, I'm going to be helping someone else through my pain, and I'm going to uplift them, and blah, 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 blah. Like, I think some people might have that feeling too, but I still feel like, don't do it. But that's what, like people are judging you. You are people's entertainment. I'm trying to tell you, like, trust me. Yeah. But, like with Kanye, I was reading one of his comments today, or his caption, and he was kind of saying, that whole thing, like, he could help somebody else through what he's going through.
Right.
Like people have that feeling like that's what they're doing, but
it's possible.
And it's true, because like I say, our society is really a lot of followers. Everybody's looking for something to follow. And there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think.
Look, in group therapy, it helps because it's nice to hear that other people are going through the same thing you might be going through.
Right. And it helps.
And you don't feel alone anymore. A lot of people feel like they're alone because they don't know where to go to find companionship. So when you're in this group session and you hear that this person over here who's in Culver City feels the same way you feel when you're over here in La Brea, like it feels good. And then maybe we can connect and just deal with our pain together in this group setting and not feel alone, because that's the worst part about it, to feel a certain way and to feel alone, that you're the only person. that feels that way. And trust me,
You're not.
you are not the only person. It's just finding the tribe that feels the same way and that can help you and support you, because
Yeah.
you will do it too, because you know how they feel. You will support them as well. You know what I'm saying? Not just you receiving the support, because that's how humans are. We reciprocate.
Yeah, or we should. Healthy relationships, we reciprocate, but that's where you gotta find your, like you said, find your tribe, find find people you could vent to, and you guys can like share experiences together. But
Yeah, go on Meetup, go on Locals, go on Reddit. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Go on YouTube, go on Twitch. Like, your tribe is online on social media,
yeah, or go outside, like
or go outside, go to a group, go to a group
go to a
therapy,
park, go to a dog park, go, yeah, that too, group
or do group
therapy.
therapy.
Yeah, just get outside. I don't know. I really don't have the answer for that, but just know,
Talk to somebody.
yeah, talk to somebody that you enjoy talking to that is not going to judge you.
Or talk to somebody who's in your wheelhouse, that has your same, or not wheelhouse, but like your same issues, so you can hear another perspective on how they're dealing with it, or how they cope. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. Like, it's good to hear somebody else going through the same thing you're going through, and obviously in a different aspects, because they're dealing with different people. But then you can like use that to your advantage, and cope with your situation, and then share your story.
Yeah, but I also think in that situation, that's good, but also get some people who have made it through what you're going through.
Right.
And I think that will help as well, because you can't just both be depressed and sad and just hit each
Yeah,
other with
yeah.
depression. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You gonna make it
you need
worse.
exactly. It's like, woe is me, and
Well, that's what's a group therapy, right? You
misery
always
loves. Yeah, misery
is
loves
with this
company.
company. Yeah, there's always in the group therapy session. There's always a therapist, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you just want to. I don't know. We just gonna all get through this together, but I just want to make you guys aware of what's going on in the in the sphere, in the social media world. People are out here judging.
So what's the conclude? What do you think? People just should not do it. Like, should Ye not do as much?
Yeah, because Kim is building a case against him.
Oh my god,
He is not gonna get
he's
no
making it easy.
custody. Yeah, at this point, like, let's just keep it real. She's filing all this
Hey,
craziness
she's a
away.
lawyer. Yeah, that's. I agree. I didn't think about it that way.
Exactly.
Yeah,
She's a lawyer. She knows what's going on. She's not,
your case is gonna be easy. He's
because
making it.
this is
Yeezy's making it easy.
yeah, this is a thing. Like I said this before. When situations happen, you must remain civil, because as soon as you are not civil, that person is whoever drives you out of civility. They could be building a case against you in some way, keeping everything documented. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if somebody punches you, and then at like on Friday, if somebody punches you on Friday and nothing happened, and you leave, and then you see them again on Monday, and then you punch them, but the police are there, you're in trouble. It
Right.
doesn't matter if they punched you on Friday.
They didn't see Friday. Yeah.
They didn't see Friday. So it's like he's putting all this stuff online.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's seeing what she's doing. She seems very level-headed, regardless of if she is or not. Like, I don't know Kim. I don't know her, if she's provoked him. I don't know if she cheated on him. I don't know if she's lying to him. But what she's putting out in evidence in the court of law is about what you can prove and evidence. It don't care what's true or not. So that's my bottom line. And that everybody's watching you and judging you and your entertainment if you are putting your information online like that. And I guess the other bottom line is, with all that said, keep telling your testimony. keep expressing yourself in some way, but also keep in mind, don't spread your your energy, like that bad energy. Like, I don't think we should throw out bad energy unless we there's a purpose behind it, I guess.
The
Or
purpose would be
you're seeking,
views.
yeah, or you're seeking yeah, but you're seeking healing. If you're trying to get some kind of resolution or some kind of solution and you want healing from it, then it might not be a bad idea to express yourself.
Yeah, instead of holding it in. That's
Yeah.
worse.
Even if your only option is online, if you don't have like a person you can go and call and talk to in a more private setting, I don't know. We'll have to revisit this. We'll see how this Kanye and Kim situation pans out, but I just don't think it's going to be that great for him. But he does have lots of money. These are billionaires, you know, so he's going to have the best lawyers, and he might get custody. It might all work out.
You know, he get 50-50.
But let's just hope he doesn't blow up. But he's, you know, when he was on Drink Champs, he explained how he was like off his meds and all this situation, you know, all these things flat, you know, acting out. And it seems like he's doing that again. So where's his friends? Where's the people taking his phone? I know there's people around him, like that Justin LeBoy guy is with him. And, you know, so his real friends need to help this man before he just, who knows what comes next. That's the scary part.
He might have scared off his real friends because he's just too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you gotta take a break from your friends who just won't listen to you or spazzing all the time. Like, I mean, what can you only could do so much as a real friend
if you never change. Yeah,
just wait for them to call you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I fucked up, man. I need that ear. Say, okay, cool, but you're not gonna like what I say.
Right.
You never like what I say. That's why we took a break from each other. But
yeah, he's headstrong. He's definitely headstrong. So it would be hard for, I'm sure, people to talk any sense into him. But so we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Yep. So I say if you're a regular person and you like to put yourself out there on social media and to vent, cool. Just know that it might be fodder for content for another content creator on YouTube. Just be sure, even if you delete it off of your channel, it's going to be still out there on somebody else's channel, especially when you're talking mad shit about something or about your situation.
Somebody live forever.
Somebody out there is going to find it relatable or find a good topic to talk about, and your video is going to be the topic of the day.
Yeah, like here's a great example of that. Like the Shade Room, they always have like a subject or a topic called post and delete. So they post things that like celebs have posted and then deleted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's jacked up. It's like, dang, they were just having a moment. They just wanted a quick little vent session or just felt some kind of way and just blah, blah, blah. They already got it.
But doesn't that say something like, let's say they do that, right? And then delete it. It shows that they felt remorse. If they didn't, they left it on there. But that even goes on to the celeb side, because they always say, here's the post that was posted and deleted, which always means that celeb or whatever
didn't want that up there.
Well, regretted what they said. So
exactly.
It makes them human and makes them show remorse for what they said.
Right, but it's too late.
Instead of them leaving it there and saying and having them stick to what they said.
Yeah, you know, but I'm just saying that that's jacked up, that whatever you put online, even if it's up for 1 minute or 30 seconds or 5 minutes, somebody is watching it, somebody's screenshotting it or recording it. Like, so be careful of what you put online, and we really need to focus on emotional intelligence. When I started, I never heard of emotional intelligence until maybe the last couple years. And we need to work on our emotional intelligence. You know, you got to work on your health in all forms, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, and at this point, your emotional health. Like, we got to keep our emotions in check. And And I think once you recognize that it's a thing, then, it's something to look into. Like we have to be balanced in our emotions. And it's hard. Sometimes it's hard for people because we have chemicals and hormones and things happening at different times and going through stuff. You and I had a little situation today, not between us, but I had stuff, and
she had stuff, y'all, and she vented it, and she feels better.
And I feel better, and we went ahead and did this, but emotions run high. Anger. If you don't know what emotions are, your emotions are when you get angry, when you get sad, when you're happy. Throw any out if they come through your mind. You know what I mean? Like, that's some real stuff. You got to stay balanced. We got to stay balanced. Yep. There's good things and bad things that happen. And I think that like I've noticed in my life, something really good will happen and then something really bad will happen. And before I would just go on like a roller coaster, like, oh, it's like, hey, oh. But I think it just helps us to stay emotionally balanced in life. You have to. Anyways, enough about that. Anything else?